That's weird. Is that really the 19th? That's not right. This is today's the 19th. What was that, the 16th? I guess that was the 16th. Alright. Where am I looking at? I am doing some JavaScript coding. Trying to remember where I was. I'm just checking some dates on this. This doesn't seem right. December 16th. And then a break. So last I did this. This is Friday, I think. Although was Friday the 16th? I don't remember. I'll just put that there so I remember. Today is December 19th. So maybe that was right. And where I left off was I want to do some optimizing of marker creation in this program I'm doing, because there is a limit to the number of them I can draw. And yet, when it draws just fine in this other mode, you can draw as many of them as you want. There's no slowdown. It's just when I'm mirroring it's creating this problem. And I think that's because the way I'm creating it has some, it's creating some stuff on the fly when it really shouldn't be. That's optimization, like 101, I guess. Other than don't use pointers in your string handling. That should be number one. The other is make sure you're not creating stuff in loops, or create as little as possible on the fly as possible. So I'm not trying to remember where all this stuff is. So I'm going to start my timer. I'm going to spend a minimum of 15 minutes on this problem. Alright. Yeah. I totally feel like working. Alright. Let me open up my timesheet over here on the other monitor. What is this looking at? Whoa. There we go. And let me stick this over here. And alright. Today, Friday was the 16th. Today is what? Today is the 19th. I'm just updating my timesheet, which I keep in Excel. And this is what it looks like. Oh. I don't know if you can even see that. Noink. So my timesheet, I keep this in Excel, and it calculates what I'm billing. I don't know if that's really giving a good view of it. So I have the start time and the end time at the end. I have this all being controlled on one monitor. So right now it's, what time is it? It's about 8:30 I started this. So 2030 debug marker sprite sluggishness. So that's what I'm going to do. So I just round to the nearest starting time. It all works out on average. Let's see. So I need to start up a bunch of stuff. So that there. Let's get this keyboard out of the freaking way. Let's go over to, I need to open up Sublime Text. Then need to open up Source Tree. And this is the right one. So it gets everything set up correctly. Now I need to open a terminal window. Terminal window open. I need to drag this over here. And I shrink this down so it fits on the screen. CD dev, CD play, CD build. Let's run gulp, which is my task runner. And this will launch a web server that delivers the JavaScript files that I want to look at. And I'm on the correct branch. Let's open up a browser over here and go to what is this? I need to remember to use actual domain names. And let's run particles on this side. Let's close that. So the particle sim is running there, and we want to mirror this. You can see my display data message handler isn't firing. And let's run the display client on this side. And I really do need to, I really do need to fix. And that's where it was last time. So where we were last, I was like just seeing what was slowing this down. And of course it works fine here on the PC or on the desktop app. There's no problem there. What I really need to do is actually not run it here at this. I just remembered I need to run Safari. And I need to connect to this thing. So the entire performance issue is not on desktop, which has plenty of horsepower to run. It's actually on the iPads. The iPad is limited in its memory, and it's probably more expensive to allocate memory on the heap. So I need to debug this. This is what I got working last Friday, figuring out how do you debug JavaScript running on an iPad. I had no idea before, but Ben, the guy I'm working with, like he's done this before. He told me what to do, and I looked it up. So over here, stupid iTunes keeps popping up. Move this over here. Get this over there. I guess I could point this camera down here, I suppose. Zoop. I wonder if this will actually help me debug. Alright. So that's going on there. I actually don't need this window here. Oops. Maybe I did. Safari. Why is iTunes still open? Develop Dave's iPad. Okay, now we're seeing the output from the iPad on this side, which is exciting. Here's this client, there's the server, and the performance doesn't look too bad. It's not so terrible looking. That's weird. Just noticing a weird... but what happens if I increase the count? And I think where did I do that? I think I did it in displays as capture, which is, there's this mesh count. So if I make this, let's say 100, there's not 100 meshes, but what will happen is this will slow down to a crawl. Or maybe not. Well, it seems to be running fine now. The heck? That's weird. The other day this was running like really slow. The packet size here is like 36K. This is running iOS, the recent iOS update. I didn't think it would make a big difference though. Maybe it did. Well, anyway, we should still optimize for it. But let's just run on this side. Let me run another display client here. So that's running there. Shrink this down a bit. Here is the other. Let's refresh this to refresh the entire system. Man, this is where it will slow down. No, it's still running fine. So this display on the right should be the same as the display on the left. Oops. This is like really slow. It still seems to be running fine, and it's running at full frame rate. It seems to be mirroring just fine. This is really annoying. Maybe there was some sort of performance issue. I'm going to just check real quick. iOS, what's the latest update? It was iOS. What was the latest update? 10.2? Latest update. All right. Launched on Monday. What are the changes? This launched December 12th. New emoji. iOS 10.2 optimizations. So useless. Developer change list. What's new in iOS 10.2? I think it's 10.2. All the best features. This was not that long ago. Last week. This is the app I just saw. This is all user-related stuff. Bug fixes. I wonder if there's a performance bug fix. Tend to problems, tend to nasty surprises. Should you upgrade? This is what we want, I think. December 12th. New features. Is there anything changes to Safari? No. Oops. I don't know. This is weird. And anyway, I was looking forward to fixing this performance issue that now I no longer am seeing. Let me see if the iPhone has the same issue. Then I had to open up a report tagging this. That's bizarre. Safari. Just connect to my local machine here. That's a terrible prediction. Do you say MVP? One of my least favorite things is typing on these ridiculous keyboards. Big fat thumb. Oops, that's not right. And I hate the selecting. Oh, jeez. Connect. No, I'm not on the local network. Wi-Fi. My cable modem was down today because the cable modem was retired and no longer supported by Xfinity. So my internet was out for most of the day until I went and bought a new cable modem to fix it. Alright, so now we got this thing going, and I can run the display client here. And that's strange, it's not centering. And let's refresh this and refresh everything. Maybe this will slow down out now. No, it's running just as fast. It's running decent here, too. What changed? I don't think I updated this phone, did I? Unless it updated by itself. What version is this? No, I haven't updated 10.2 on this. That is so weird. The only thing difference now is like I'm on a different... There's a different wireless cable modem, but none of the other infrastructure is the same as this. I'm running the old iOS on here. This is mysterious. Was there something on the network preventing the packets from coming across? No, because I boosted the packet size. I restricted the rate. This is very odd. I mean, I wonder if... Well, I can't find the error, but I think what I want to do anyway is still make some improvements. Let's make sure that this is actually doing what I think it is. I mean, it seems to be displaying everything. That's weird. Now what is this doing? Mesh count. So here, the only thing it was really doing was just not pushing the markers on. If I make this 1, I shouldn't see anything. Maybe just one marker. Yeah, so it's not, this time it's not pushing anything. And we can see there that's not doing anything. On this side of things, it wasn't running. So if I increase this to 10, that's only 10 meshes. That packet size should jump up considerably. It's like 4K, like each one of them is 4,000. That's a lot of data. It's probably because of the long strings. So with only 10 of them, we're only seeing a few packets now. And then if I make that something like 1,000, that's plenty. Because we don't have 1,000 of them in the system. This is the maximum number of meshes. It's like 70 of them or something like this. Packet size is like 36. We are not, don't seem to be losing data. Or maybe we are. Oh wait, now it's slowing down. Oh, that's just interesting. So on repeated runs, it seems to slow down. So it's like memory is maybe being used up and then not being reclaimed. That might be more like it. Here on the iPhone it's fine, but Okay. Let me try removing this. And I wonder if Safari caches any of this stuff. So now I've refreshed. And I'm going to restart this and see if this thing resumes. That's like, it's completely broken. Huh. The iPhone is fine. So it seems to be a resource issue. In fact, it's remembering where it was last. So it's like, I think the iPad's retaining memory. And it's not disposing of OpenGL elements or something like that. Let me try this. Let me try powering down the... I'm going to shut this iPad off and then start it up again. Start up. We should flush any working memory in it. Let's see. Safari. Oops. Why does this? Don't want this to freaking open every time. Annoying. Alright, so now let's go back to Safari. And it still remembers where I left off last, which is annoying. Let me refresh here. And it's not picking up the refresh. Is it caching the connection? App. I'm trying to force this to flush. Oops, now what's going on? Now I'm getting the beach ball of death. Something with the way that Safari is caching memory or something. It is completely unresponsive. I can't even flush it out of the system. There we go. Close all this other crap. Alright, Safari. Show me you're not a piece of junk. Alright. Now I'm running the client here. Now I'm refreshing the wrong one. And it's unable to capture the... What happened to Safari? Ugh. No, it's not even seeing this thing. Because iTunes killed it. iTunes sucks. Go back here, develop. Let's reconnect this. Let's relaunch that. And let's see if we can get this to work again. I can see the packet sizes there, but it's not catching the... It should be picking up this refresh. There it goes. Okay, so now it seems to be running fine. Oh, I saved big too soon. So if I put this back here, I mean, that seems to be all right. There's some issue with the way that when this refreshes, it's unable to dispose of the old items. All right, so today, noticed that performance was fine. On a fresh startup. Safari iOS startup. No lagging. It started to lag after several refreshes. So let's see if we can recreate that. So let's see. Refresh number 1. This should force it to dump all the data. We should see that reflected here. Oh, maybe not. Okay, that's 1. Actually, this seems to actually change on this. These render numbers are different. No? I guess that's correct. Let's try it one more time. 3. I'd reset everything. 4. I want 5. 6. I'm starting to wonder now if it's running multiple threads in the background somehow. Three. Is it a resource that's not being released? Let me try this. If I save this and forces a reload across the entire system, it seems to have missed the actual refresh. And now it's rendering slow. I wonder if this is a live reload bug. Is it related to live reload? Maybe it's running multiple instances. So let me go back to welcome. I should make welcome flush the system too. I think that might have done it. Let's put this back into display client mode. Let me refresh this. It should hopefully pop back up. No, it's running extremely slow. Let me run bees, which will definitely force it to dump things out. So let's flip the bees. They go back to welcome. They go to display client. Then I refresh this. All right. And it's kind of rendering better. So something weird is going on here. It's like the memory is not being completely flushed. I think that's what's going on. It's my cat feeding alarm that's going off right now. So we save that. And it's rendering very slowly again. So let me try this. Let me go to welcome. Because Safari seems to be remembering where I left off. Now it's running in the background. And it's rendering very slowly here. Welcome. Refresh. And then I'm going to get rid of that instance of Safari. I'm going to run Safari again. And I'm going to go to display client. And I'm going to reload this page and see if it picks it up. And it lost my attached window again. See, now it's slow. Not seeing any output. What happens if I just refresh it manually? One packet, 2 packets. There's like a runaway process or something running. That's what I want to say is going on. Trying to think. Let's open up Safari again. It keeps going. It keeps remembering where I was last. Maybe I need to actually get rid of this tab. How would I do that? Close that. Maybe that's the way to do it. So this time I closed the tab itself. Come on, connect. If I go to did I disable Bluetooth on this? Oh, I think I did. Okay. So now we have this back. And what I want to do is open up Safari. And let me run display client. Refresh that. Let's see if that picks it up. Nope. So under certain conditions, what does the Safari icon even look like? No, what did this do? Let's close this window again. Let me stop this app. Rerun that. That'll kill the network messages. It said kill the network messages. Likewise with this, I need to turn that thing off. 1 second while I go give the cat his insulin shot. Come Come on, sweetie. Come on. That's strange. So sometimes the performance is okay, but it actually seems to be related to the browser state, not an inefficiency in creating the objects. Something else is slowing it down. But I think still it's a good idea to optimize the creation code so it's not creating objects on the fly like that. It could be causing that. The other thing would be to make sure that when the browser starts up, maybe there's a way of ensuring that as you flip between each tab, it's actually dumping out memory. Of course, the same problem, but it might not be Safari related. It might also be. I should double checking the mobile Chrome as well. Hold still, kitty. I'll give you your shot. Hold still. Blink. There you go. That's a good kitty. All right. So let's go back and see if Safari, or rather Chrome, has the same performance issues. As I recall, it did. We just couldn't debug in Chrome on Safari or on iOS. Okay, so we're rerunning this. Over here, we're rerunning the server. We're running particles. And let's see if Chrome still has the issue. If Chrome still has the issue, I might guess it's a WebGL resource related thing. So in the display client, and we still have that issue with the sizing thing. Okay, so that looks like it's running fine. And the pattern I thought oh, no, it's slowing down. The pattern I thought I saw was, so like one, if I save the file in Sublime and force reload, that seems to be creating the issue. I'm seeing some performance issues with this thing bogging down. Pause. And the way it's acting makes me think it's garbage collection because it's getting to about, it's fairly periodic. Oh, maybe not. 1,000, 2,000, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 1,000, 2,000, 1,000, 2. There's a big blog. 1,000, 2,000. So this to me, the way this is acting now, it looks like it's some sort of heap allocation thing. Okay, so we'll use Chrome as our baseline comparison. But for fun, let's just save this. Let's make this back where it was. At 20, I didn't see a problem. This will force everything to refresh, theoretically. And that's still hitching. Well, that would make sense if it's WebGL items being created and then disposed, because this would already have had all that stuff in there. If I switch to bees, it should flush everything and then back to particles. I mean, do we see, oops, not particles, I just broke it. It's still running. It's on display client. There you go. I should add the thing that actually requests the display size, because this is hard to debug going back and forth like this. All right, so let me see. Let me write some stuff down in my notes. Some surprising observations. Oh, finally. Safari ran fine for a few moments with everything turned on. However, after a while, it started to bog. It seemed to happen after a combination of reloads of particle game and live reloads triggered by saving the file. Multiple refreshes of the display client on iOS and Safari may have also triggered it. It seems that maybe Safari is being clingy of WebGL resources, and it's running out of them. That's a pure guess. But the issue happens in Chrome. Still, the issue also happens in Chrome, iOS. This is Safari running. I'm guessing it's WebGL anti-patterns. iOS WebGL garbage collection. Garbage collection is not available in iOS. Just doing a few quick changes. Huh. When was this written? 2 years ago. Deallocating UI WebView doesn't work. System never allocates anything. Memory never goes down. 3GS objects never seem to be collected. Senior memory never get removed. Get recycled. That's kind of what I'm talking about. There's a bug in iOS never frees memory. Huh. So there may be something with iOS UI web view. Oops. JavaScript garbage collection. This one's fairly memory leaks. Okay, I guess there's a different web view. Mysterious. The world of garbage collection. So what I think this means, let me finish writing this. Starting the app from scratch. Let's reboot this thing. Let's see. I wonder if there's a way I can actually make this nuke everything. I want to get rid of the little caches. I'm going to shut down this iPad again. Hoping that it actually purges anything that was in working memory. Let's start this up again. I think I did this before. Let's try one. Try shutting down and restarting. And I guess in the meantime, let's add some code that will request let's see, how will that work? I need to, in my render view, how will I make that happen? Maybe a render control, a render request. When this comes online, I want to be able to request a camera setup. And I think I need to do that, add a new handler here. No, actually I want to do it not here, but in display client. And I guess we need to implement display server. I guess we can just do it right here. Display client, when it starts up, mod set handler start, unisys app ready, and we want to do a unisys call. What do we call it again? Display data. I'll call it display control. Or display props. Display get. And we'll have this handled by, how does this work again? I think I had to call a function. Uni display get. And we need to create a uni display get. Function uni display get. And this gets a data packet. just wanted to call display list render data. So then on display list, we need to implement another unisys call. It is capture step unisys. Unisys is my message handler. And we want to register a call. Where's display server? Enable update. There's only one place I put this in. Capture. It just happens once. Is that the only place it happens? Only once in capture? Am I sending the camera stuff every time? Where do I send the camera data? Oh, this is where I'm doing it. We need to turn this into a function. And we'll call this function update sprite entry. The camera props. So what I'm doing is I'm adding a function here that I can call later. Why can't I type? Function get display data viewport. Get viewport data. Display data. And we will have this. Is viewport even active at this point? Annoying. This thing is in the way too. File. New view into file. Where was that? It was in capture. It was here. Where am I getting VP? Extender viewport. Viewport WebGL. Display data equals display data or empty object. Return display data. Get viewport display data. What's going on here? VP not defined. then we also need to do the same thing for this. Oh, wait. Same thing for here. Need to copy this setup again. I think. Get camera data. These are all VP. Because we don't need the GL layer. Turn display data. That should work. Get display data. This should be display get camera data, display data. All right, let's see if that still works. Oops, cannot read probably width of undefined. We have an error. I don't see any lint errors. Let's make sure that linter is working. So bombed out on me. All right, there are some lint errors. So okay, so what is wrong? So we're getting a type error with undefined. Predict. It's got visual objects. Display server. So because I'm doing my I'm doing a call here. What is causing this? This is a mysterious net status is regged. It's weird. So you run this. Let's make sure that this is some weird cache thing. It crashes when that. What I am seeing. Why is it crashing in master? Get viewport data, display list 615. Geo DOM element width, can't get it. Oh, it's probably because of where I'm calling it. Or is it? There's only one place I'm calling this now, isn't there? And that would be the display server. Doing the watch. I'm probably doing something stupid. Oh, not display server. Display. It would be display this again and capture. So the keys. Display data is equal to mViewport data. And the crash is happening in get viewport data. Here. Get viewport data is get viewport data. Display data is display data. VP is X under viewport. GL's viewport is equal to this object. It's claiming that GL dollar element width does not exist. It's probably not called GL I'm guessing it's. No wait, that's an item that I'm using. Let's take a look. It might just be a stupid typo. What was there before? He has a VP WebGL. Alright. I guess that was that's dumb. Am I doing the same thing here? Okay. Work. Good. Uncontent message. Syntax is message data or object to cast. So I am doing a issue somewhere. Where is this crapping out though? I want a call stack. Syscall system.js display client 57. Oh, that's the new one I made. What was my function? You display get data. Oh, I probably want to do a bad function signature. All right. So if I did this should be the wrong size again. But what we want to do is eventually force this. You need display get. There's no handler for display get. Display list needs actually probably register a handler for itself. And we will do that in our construct pool. Register messages. Oh wait, can I do it this here? maybe not. Unisys register. There's a different syntax for this. When does display server actually send? Unisys. That's interesting. Where is the connection happening? There's no registration happening here. Display client. Unisys app already gets called here. Display client. It says display server doesn't implement. And they're going to need to make an extension to the Unisys system. Module level app ready. So display list. What's my registration syntax again? Register message. Register message. What did I call it again? Display data. Display data. And then the actual handler. Data. That's what I wanted, display list. Oh, that was the copy I had made. And what we want to happen when we get this, we would need to send out all that crap, which is var or data. When this is called, we want to actually get viewport data, get camera data, and then we want to return this sucker. So this we need to have callback. I think that will work. I don't think this will work yet, but we're about to test that. Okay, so if we console log display data, now we want to be able to call this onto the network. Dang it. I need to add a network call. Or I need to implement this in. This is tricky. All right, we need a new module. We need to call this this is ridiculously long. This is display data mod. Display list. When this is called, we want to implement a display list handler. Get display properties. Equals function. Here we want to do this. It should work. Make sure that I'm not blowing anything away here. Camera data, this is adding something called cameras, and this is adding something called viewport. So that should be fine. This is not strictly necessary, but let's do that anyway. So this, we move this out here. Display list doesn't actually implement any unisys functions, which is good for me, because I think that should happen anyway. Or maybe it should, but I haven't thought it through. And then particle game. Let's add this to display server. I didn't want. There's no unisys handler here? There is. Okay, so where we want to do in our construct handler. There's unisys, return message, display, get, how does this work again? Display get function data callback. That doesn't seem right. What is my register message syntax? blanking on my network call definition. Handler function. Data CB done. Yeah, that's right. CB done. Now what's going on here? Register message function. Yeah. Yeah. Register message. Oops, I misspelled that. Unisys. Display get function data CB done. Data coming in. We don't care, but we just want to go display list get display get display properties data CB done. I should send the data back. Console log got display get data, and then our display get, that needs to be called from where? Display client. And this is called display get. Actually, I guess we don't need to include any of that. We don't need this. Oh, maybe we do. Oh, maybe we don't. This is what's supposed to happen here. If we get display get call function display get, we want to get data back. So log display gotten data. All right. We should see something happening. Object to cast. Got display data. Oops. Unisys. Registered. There should be any data with that. It's just an empty call. Got display data. Oh wait, it's a whole bunch of crap in that. No, that's different. I don't see it actually. We haven't made the call yet. But we're seeing the bug here. Net message syntax is incorrect. Message data or object to cast. So I guess there is some required data here. The display client side of things. Oh yeah, that's not right. Data. No, well that's not what we want. When we refresh this, we need to have it send out that refresh signal. Although ideally we just want to tell it to send it. It's part of the regular renderer. If we call display get, let's see if we actually saw it over here. I don't think I saw a call. It might not have been ready yet. Let's see, what was that timer setting? Set interval. Set interval or set timer? Set interval. I can never remember the stupid syntax for this. Set interval was a set timer. Window timer, set interval, set timeout. Set timeout function code delay. Set timeout function console info getting display. Let's have that wait 3 seconds. If that works, I'll be amazed. So I should wait for 3 seconds before firing that thing off. You can't tell if it did anything though. This rendering packet size thing needs to go. Line 94. Getting display, got display, viewport display. Getting display, display client, line 59. Unisys. Display, get. Fired. I guess display cameras. Here, do we see anything happening? Default particles, line 950. That's not what we want. I don't see it being fired. We're calling display get and this fart particles. No, I was uploading a display server first. I think that's what I was doing. Yeah, so we're running the wrong one. This needs to be I'm blending this as server as the example. Okay, so we did get the object here. Display server 140. We want this to now fire or return the data. So actually in display client, we actually want to run the function. Ugh. And we want this to call what do we want this to call? we want to display the set properties, I guess. Render. What should I call it? I guess it's mset viewport. Mset port data. Display data. Also mset camera data. Display data. It's getting messier and messier. Function mset viewport data. VP is not defined. Then we want to do the same thing with so much scrolling. And set camera data, which is this. Function mset camera data. Same issue. Oh, no, what's going on? Cam props is not defined. What was that? Capture was, or this was in render. Cam props. See if that still works. Okay. So now we actually need to call this camera property thing. Mod set display properties equals function display data. M display data. M set camera data. Display data. Set display data. Display list. What a pain in the butt. Just get fired. Still have an issue with this. Use this display client line 59. Oh. Six, 4, 6. Console info setting display properties. That's happening once. I think it's happening twice. Let's set this timeout function to 1 second. Where is this being called? Display list 565. Display list 565. Oh, that's where that's coming from. Display list, set display properties. Yeah, it's executing a couple times now. All right, so now we have a reference here. So we need to copy this. What is this firing? No, this is every server. No, this is not really elegant. Display list server. Users of display list server must implement display get. This is not good code. So in particle game, what was I in construct? Wasn't start. There's already an aberrity here, isn't there? Alright, so let's see if this will work. Okay, so if I refresh this, oops, wrong one. So if I refresh this, it should start small, but then it should fire its own handler. Alright, so that means it should work on this then too. Ugh. Come on, work. Uh-oh. That's not good. Oh, okay. It's still running really slow. At least I don't have to worry about that refresh issue. Okay. Alright, I think that's enough for now. Tomorrow, I still need to track down this slow bug. See, it's freezing there. It's looking fine everywhere else. I'm not happy with the way I implemented, though, the the display get. I do need to make some extensions, I think, to the I need module level unisys registration. Okay. So maybe seems to get worse the longer the app has been running. Or some buffering issue. What happens if I rerun the client? Seems unlikely, but if I rerun it from scratch. So very slow. It's taking quite a while for it to heat up. Hmm. All right, let's close this off. Implement display, refresh. So, oops. Let's say write up findings. So we have some surprising observations. Next steps. Well, also I implemented a rudimentary request display properties message, but ideally it's something handled by the display list module itself. There's a few changes that need to be made to Unisys. Module level registration, or call registration. That can bypass local implementation, since display list will be invoked on multiple apps, but are their own instance. So these need to go to network and not be reflected back, or not be handled locally only. To make Unisys network call. Make display list local messages, local or handlers for display property handling. Make convention that the app must be called before any Unisys messages or any Unisys features are maybe Unisys should complain about it. All right, and then on the markers, right. All right, so those are the next things to do. Let's call this write up to do for tomorrow, 22:15, 22:18. All right, so, okay, so after a little bit of digging around today, trying to nail down what this performance issue is. And just some more patterns arose that I wasn't expecting, like the browser running fine as soon as I started it up for quite some time, and then it bogged down. So it wasn't an immediate resource choke, but it was happening at some time later, which was interesting. Memory resources not being released. I think it's happening on the iOS side of things. It happens in Chrome and Safari. Oh, I don't know if it happened in Chrome, though, early on. I had just installed the iOS 10.2 upgrade on this machine. The iPhone, though, doesn't have that. And how's it running? Let's take a look. Looking just back on my display again. And again, like this, the iPhone has not had a problem with this, as I recall. It's the iOS side or the iPad Air side that has a problem. And yep. Mysterious, but that's what we'll look at tomorrow. So I got a little bit out of the way. And I think tomorrow I'm just see if I can optimize this a bit. It did implement the render sizing feature. I need to make some changes to it to make it more portable. Don't like the way I'm doing it now. So I think that's it for now. Anyway, thanks for watching my virtual co-working stream. Hope you got more done than I did. Slow progress. Just need to remember that. Just keep plugging away with this. And when this feature is done, I can move on to something new. That'll be more exciting. So have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Click.